on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 25 Ultimate Team video. In today's video, we got a lot to talk about. Team Diamonds dropping tomorrow. We got all of the reveals, the final release of AKAs. I'm basically going to be catching you guys up on everything that's going on in MUT 25 and kind of catching myself up on it as well. My apologies for the lack of videos over the last couple days for those of you that were unaware, and I haven't updated the whiteboard just yet, but over the last couple days, over the weekend basically, I was in Las Vegas celebrating my birthday and literally just didn't want to do any videos. Normally I bring my setup with me. I did this time as well. Just didn't want to take any time out to do videos. So that's my bad for those of you that rely on my content, but we're going to be getting back to work and we got a lot going on this week. So let's talk about it. Here is the content schedule for the week. We had AKAs drop today. They didn't advertise when they put out the content schedule that AKAs were coming to an end, but today was actually the final release of the AKA program. We'll talk about that towards the back half of the video. We got Team Diamonds tomorrow. We're going to spend a lot of time talking about that. Wednesday is going to be Season 4, Team of the Week, Week 11, Angry Runs, and all of that will be revealed on a special stream tomorrow night. That's going to be Tuesday night, November 19th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And then Thursday, we have the All-Madden promo, release number 1. Very interesting because there's no mention of the Harvest promo, which usually drops around this time. We're approaching Thanksgiving now. For the All-Madden promo and the Snickers promo is really just kind of like a marketing thing. The players have been revealed. We'll talk about it more when they come out, but they're going to be lower free overall cards. I wouldn't get too excited about them. But for All-Madden release number 1 on November 20th, which is Wednesday night, there's going to be a special stream at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, likely doing all the reveal stuff for that. And of course, on Saturdays, we got Legends. So I'm basically just going to show you all of the Team Diamond cards. They're going to cycle through. I'm not really going to specifically talk about them because eventually when this content comes out tomorrow, we'll be dropping a video going over the best cards to go after. But there's just a really big question that's going on here. And luckily we have MUT Leaks to kind of clear some of it up, but there's still a lot of confusion going on. So obviously, as we're looking at these cards, they are all 95 overalls, and that's a really, really big jump for EA to make, considering we right now actively are only at 92 overall LTDs and 91 overall champions. Now, we have leaks from the All-Madden promo, which we'll show you towards the end of the video as well, but I'm pretty sure from those leaks, we know that when Season 4 goes live on Wednesday, we're going to be jumping up to 92 overall champions and 93 overall LTDs. But if all of these Team Diamonds that are coming out tomorrow are going to be a 95 overall, and you'll probably notice it on the images as well, and I'm going to show you all of the team chems that every single one of these players get towards, when we're done showing you all the players that you're looking at right now. But if you notice, they all get ×3 chem, and one that, I'm going to point out specifically is Deshaun Jackson. 95 speed on a theme team is going to be 96 speed. If EA is about to allow any and everybody to get 95 overall cards tomorrow, but the program rotation is still giving us only 93 overall LTDs and 92 overall champions, these cards, number 1, are going to be way too OP. Number 2, they're definitely going to be expensive. And number 3, for the next 2 to 3 to 4 weeks, or however long it could be, the cards that come out during that duration are going to feel so inferior to these 95 overall Team Diamonds. So I don't really know if we're actually going to see all the cards that we're looking at actually be a 95 overall tomorrow. And this content, we're just going to assume it's going to come out at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow afternoon like normal. They really should have did a special stream for this one, or maybe given some more context to these cards, because I just simply can't see these being 95s as easy to get as tomorrow. And with MUT Leaks, they basically found files in the game, because that's how they go out and get all this information, that each of these players that we're looking at have a 92 and a 95 overall, but they look like separate cards. Now, my thought on these, and I posted it on Twitter as well, is I could see them being 92 overalls and maybe having some type of upgrade path where you need tokens or something to eventually bring them to a 95, but EA would be able to control that and not allow you to make those upgrades until a certain time period. So basically, you could get these players, but they wouldn't be at this max of a 95 OVR right away, and that makes the most sense to me, because again, if these cards are coming out tomorrow, as they were posted on Twitter with these 95 overalls, plus they're going to be very easy to build theme teams because they're ×3, these cards are going to be way too good, and the normal pool of cards just won't be able to keep up with them. Now, it gets more interesting because when EA revealed all of these cards that we've been taking a look at, they also showed a 95 overall Eli Manning and a 95 overall Julius Peppers, and the card art on those two cards is different. They have their signatures on them, so we're going to assume that these are like the two champion cards or like super champion cards of the program. And luckily, again, because of Mutt Leaks here, we have confirmation that they don't have 92s in the system, unlike all of the other 32 cards. But these players will get all 32 NFL team chems ×3. Now, why they chose these two players, I'm not sure. I would have thought they did an AFC player and an NFC player, but they gave us two NFC players. I guess at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if they get all ×3 chemistries, but we can assume, based off of this, that these are like the super champions of the program. But what exactly are you going to need to do to get them? Because if you're trading in a bunch of 95s to just get 95s, that's not going to make a ton of sense to me, as good as these cards could look. So I don't know. A lot of confusion on this one. When the content's in-game, it's going to be delayed on my side, but I will be doing a video at some point tomorrow when this is in-game to clear it all up for you. Again, it might be a little bit delayed, so have some patience with me. I got something going on tomorrow that's going to prevent me from getting this out right away. But as promised, and shout outs to Muttality for this one, here is the full list of Team Diamonds in all of the team chemistries that each player gets. I know for me, I'm looking at that Detroit Lions team. Eric Ebron had really good speed at the tight end position. If I'm not mistaken, he's pretty tall there. Good route running, good catching. And then we got Nate Burleson and Damian Woody, so another wide receiver and a defensive tackle. And obviously with the Eagles, I mean, Deshaun Jackson is going to be a big priority. And that Mark Sanchez card, he's going to be QB1 for me because he looks really, really good. I think he looks better than the Vince Young, but Eagles teamers have their choice of two different quarterbacks now. I mentioned it earlier, just wanted to share these images from Mutt Leaks. Here are the two different pictures of Donald Driver as the example here, how he has a 92 in the system and again a 95. And if you look at the picture of the 95, there's no type of upgrade path in either of them that would indicate there's any type of tokens or training upgrade or anything. Again, EA last week, and I think it was with the Team of the Week program drop, they had a bunch of like Elijah Vera Tucker cards in the catalog when it first dropped, and then they kind of fixed it and it went to all of the Team of the Week cards. I don't know if EA is just throwing things in the system to try to throw Mutt Leaks off, so we just really don't know, but we'll figure it out all tomorrow. Speaking of leaks, here are the images for the All-Madden promo. On the left, we have RG, aka John Madden. He looks just like him. It's crazy, but it looks like we're going to get a free left tackle John Madden, likely a welcome pack player that you earn tokens and upgrade him, and it looks like he's going to get all 32 team chems, so that's always going to be a W there. Rod Woodson over on the far right, I believe, was an LTD. Got Michael Strahan in there. I think that's Larry Allen, Isaac Bruce. So those are some of the players that should be from part 1 of the All-Madden promo. Honestly, if those are the only cards and we're not seeing any other really big names, I'd be a little bit disappointed. So hopefully there's some more twists and turns, and maybe Mutt Leaks will show those, you know, before Thursday drops. But if these are the initial players, I don't feel like it's a very exciting group of players, especially when you think of All-Madden. We want to see some really big names out there. Then I mentioned it earlier, there's a Snickers promo on the way. Chris Olave, Pat Fryermuth, DJ Moore. I don't expect these cards to be very high in overall. More than likely, they're going to be free, but I just wouldn't expect them to be very usable cards for most of you. AKA promo dropped as it normally does on Mondays, and as you can see from this, you know, splash screen, it indicates that this is the final release of AKA cards, which is a little bit disappointing. Now, I know Zero Chill is probably around the corner, but that's normally not until December, and normally around that time is when they'll stop doing Team of the Week cards and the weekly program cards because they're going to be so busy with Zero Chill content, and then it kind of comes back, but this one feels a little bit early, so hopefully something will continue to replace this content on Mondays. Hopefully we're not losing out on a whole program. You know, we get a lot of content every week, so I'm not going to complain a ton, but I think it's a little early. Now, with AKAs being done, we have a bunch of discounted packs and pack offers, but probably more importantly here is you have tokens that you might need to use, and if you've been hanging on to them like me, you're probably wondering, well, who do I use my tokens on? Because there's no more cards coming out. They might bring the AKA promo back, but it's going to be like rebranded or renamed, and it won't be able to, you won't be able to use the tokens you earn from this portion of the AKAs on the new content. So, play through your solo challenges if you haven't already. There's definitely enough solos available in here to earn 2 free AKA cards of your choice, and you're going to have some leftover tokens. I don't know exactly how many. It's going to be different for a lot of people because there's a field pass that had like 3 of them in there. Obviously, pack offers contain them, so some of you who are not no money spent might have more tokens than the other, but the cards that came out today, not too bad. One thing that I would say, if you you don't have enough tokens to redeem for a full AKA, right? 'Cause you need 30 of them to get a free one, and there's definitely 60 tokens available. If you have spent all of those and you have like a random amount of tokens left, really I would just focus on the 88 overall Hero Fantasy Pack, because these are sellable cards. I would not waste them on any type of BND card unless it's a BND 91 or even 90 overall champion. So if you're looking for a place to use those tokens, 88s, and then if you don't have more than 8, you can go backwards to 3 and redeem them for an 84 overall. Obviously, at this point in the year, 84s aren't really selling for a ton. 88s aren't either, but remember, you can use those not only to build out champion sets here, but also 88s can go into sets for some of those unstoppable champions from Part 1 and Part 2. Part 2 had some really good cards with Derrick Henry and Justin Jefferson, just to name a couple. That promo is all over there, and if we are going to be going up to 92 champions and 93 overall LTDs, that means 89 overall cards are going to start to come in play for the sets when you don't need a program-specific card. So 88s are about to lose value. If you redeem those tokens for them, I would sell them ASAP. The market has definitely crashed with that announcement and the reveal of all of those 95 overall Team Diamonds, so it's really a good opportunity right now to spend some coin and upgrade your team if you haven't been able to recently. But with selling cards, you're probably going to lose out on a little bit of value now with this big Team Diamond promo coming. As far as the best player to use your tokens on here, honestly, it's up to you. The Johnny Manziel card that came out today, really, really good. He doesn't have the 90 plus on short, mid, and deep throw accuracy. I don't think that's a huge deal. He gives you the 91 speed. So if you're looking for a quarterback prior to today, I would say Andrew Luck was the move to use those tokens on. Johnny Manziel, not a bad option at all now here if you want to use your tokens. And JJ Watt's a great one here, especially if, I talk about this a lot. If you're struggling to get pass rush, try to kind of rotate your pass rushers. Getting this card, who has 87 speed with 90 strength, and then 90 power move, 88 finesse move, 87 block shed. This is probably going to be a starter for most of your defensive lines. He probably would be for mine. But even as he kind of gets outdated, because he would be B&D if you redeem your tokens on him, you can still put him in the back of your depth chart, substitute him in for a couple drives, second and third quarters. It helps the pass rush. You'd be surprised because of the blocker resistance method or concept, I don't know what to call it, that EA puts into the game. Offensive linemen build up a resistance to defensive linemen and defensive ends and defensive tackles and pass rushers in general throughout the game. So sometimes when you're getting stuck and you need pass rush and you're not getting it, rotating your defensive linemen, sometimes it helps a lot for me. So this card's really good, a really good usage of tokens. I kind of went the long way trying to explain that. Amon-Ra St. Brown was really good, but I feel like with all of the wide receivers we're about to get, you probably don't want to use it on that position. Ted Hendricks, pretty good card, but he lacks a little bit of agility and change change of direction. I didn't hear too many great things about it. You know, if you're looking for a 6'7" user, he's definitely be your guy. He's got pretty good speed in my opinion, but I think he's just a little like statuesque, if you know what I mean, when trying to user him. And then if you go back, I mean, Ickey Woods is still a really, really good running back. Denzel Ward's still a really good corner, though they're going to be phased out soon. Andrew Luck, great quarterback. I think Manziel beats him now because of the speed there. George Kittle, great combination of speed, height, run blocking, route running, catching at the tight end position. Most of you are probably going to use your tokens on the 91 overall cards, but I just want to give you some options. And the Booger McFarland card actually has been a really, really good defensive tackle for me. So if you're going to use your tokens, the 2 cards that came out today are great. If you don't need a quarterback, I would go J.J. Watt. Definitely, you know, is the best choice out of all of them. And you have enough tokens to redeem for 2 players. I would take a look at Ted Hendricks or some of these guys back here like Ward and Ickey and George Kittle, because again, these are guys that you can hide in the depth chart. You know, CB5, CB4 for Warden out there. Ickey Woods, you can substitute him in when you want to give your starting running back a break. Really good card. So I think that's everything. Definitely feel a little bit out of the loop because I haven't been paying attention to Mutt over the last 3 or 4 days. So again, my bad there, but I needed a break. I don't have any other scheduled vacations for a while unless something randomly comes up, but I will be out of the office per se for tomorrow, so videos are going to be a little bit delayed, and we'll definitely be around for this week though of a lot of content, a lot of good stuff on the way. Season 4 All-Madden, you saw the schedule. Thank you guys for tuning into this late video. Hopefully the Cowboys lose by the time you watch this. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.